When a college football coach gets this defensive about his star quarterback, you know there's more to the story than meets the eye. Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian found himself in hot water this week after completely shutting down reporter questions about potential throwing concerns surrounding his prized quarterback, Arch Manning. The defensive response has left many wondering, what exactly is the coaching staff trying to hide? The controversy began brewing over the weekend when sharp-eyed fans posted social media videos from the Longhorns' dominant 38-7 victory against San Jose State. In these clips, Manning appeared to wince noticeably while attempting a short pass to receiver Ryan Wingo during the television broadcast. For a quarterback carrying the weight of one of college football's most prestigious programs, even the slightest hint of physical discomfort sends shockwaves through the fan base. But here's where it gets controversial. Sarkisian's reaction to legitimate journalistic inquiry was nothing short of hostile. During his routine Monday press conference, when a reporter diplomatically suggested that Manning seemed to be having some throwing pains, Sarkisian immediately cut him off with a sharp retort. According to who? Arch said that to you? The tension in the room was palpable as the coach's defensive walls went up. When the reporter pressed further, asking for an explanation about Manning's apparent discomfort, Sarkisian delivered what many are calling an unprofessional and bizarre response. I've never filmed any of you guys when you're using the bathroom, so I don't know what faces you make when you're doing that. He then abruptly moved to the next question, leaving everyone stunned. And this is the part most people miss. Manning himself told a completely different story. When directly asked about experiencing pain during the post-game press conference, the young quarterback was refreshingly honest. No, I gotta make that throw. He was open, ran a good dig route, so gotta make that throw. His response suggested disappointment in his execution rather than physical limitation. Interestingly, when Sarkisian was questioned about potential injuries immediately after the game, his response was markedly different. I don't know. News to me. His stark contrast between his post-game demeanor and his Monday press conference attitude raises eyebrows about what might have transpired behind closed doors. Despite the swirling speculation, Manning's statistical performance against San Jose State was nothing short of impressive. He completed 19 of 30 pass attempts for 295 yards and 4 touchdowns, while also adding a spectacular 20-yard rushing touchdown. These numbers hardly suggest a quarterback battling significant physical limitations. However, this isn't the first time Manning's throwing mechanics have come under scrutiny this season. Following a disappointing 14-7 season-opening loss to Ohio State on August 30th, Manning struggled with accuracy on several key throws, prompting questions about his fundamental technique. Sarkisian was much more forthcoming about those mechanical issues, explaining, "There was a couple times where we had some crossing routes where I didn't feel like he brought his feet to where he wanted to throw the ball, which, in turn, forced kind of a little bit more of the sidearm delivery, which isn't his style of throwing. I think if he can get his feet aligned and get his shoulders aligned, that can help with some of his accuracy." The stark difference between Sarkisian's detailed technical analysis after the Ohio State game and his dismissive, almost hostile response to similar concerns this week is striking. It begs the question, is there something more serious going on with Manning's throwing motion that the coaching staff is desperately trying to keep under wraps? For those unfamiliar with the pressure surrounding Manning, he's not just any quarterback. He's college football royalty, carrying the legacy of the Manning family name and the enormous expectations that come with leading one of the nation's premier programs. Every grimace, every off-target throw, and every defensive coaching response gets magnified under the intense spotlight. The real controversy here isn't necessarily about Manning's physical condition. It's about transparency and how coaching staffs handle legitimate media inquiries. Should coaches be more forthcoming about player health concerns, or do they have the right to deflect questions they deem inappropriate? What do you think? Was Sarkisian justified in his defensive response, or does the public have a right to know about potential issues affecting their star player? Is this much ado about nothing, or are there legitimate concerns being swept under the rug? Share your thoughts. Are you Team Sarkisian or Team Transparency?